Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about a couple of different stories, a couple of different developments that all kind of tie back to the GOP House inquiry and, and their desire to find something, anything on Biden. And we're just going to run through those developments real quick and see where we're at the end of it. So, the star witness, the very credible human source who was then arrested for lying about everything, the federal government is so concerned about Smirnov not being in custody that they're appealing that decision. You know, he was released on a GPS monitor, but the feds don't think that's enough. They're going to another judge and basically saying, due to the alleged contacts with foreign intelligence services, having reportedly millions liquid, that basically he's a flight risk. And they are trying to get him put into custody. We'll see how that plays out. Now, Ken Buck, who is a Republican, made a kind of surprising statement and allegation, and that was that Comer and Jordan were warned that the information provided by the star witness that has now been arrested, that information could not be corroborated, that they were warned ahead of time. Here's the thing. That may be true. I mean, somebody may have pulled him aside and been like, hey, this isn't true. That might be true, but there was never the expectation that information had been corroborated. It's on an FD 1023. The whole point of the form is that it's unvetted, unverified information. They specifically sought out that form. You can take from that what you will. Maybe they just didn't know what that form was. There's a whole bunch of questions that are going to be asked about this as it moves forward. There are a lot of people asking for Comer's resignation. Those requests are going to be ignored. It's incredibly unlikely that he resigns over this. There was a time when being played, it certainly appears that they were played by Russian intelligence. There was a time when, that would be a career ender up on Capitol Hill. That time's passed. That time has passed. Standards have changed. And that goes to the question that has come in repeatedly. And the funny thing is, like the way it's being phrased, does it matter? But the question is, were Republicans duped and tricked by Russian intelligence or not? The thing is, I don't know which is worse. They definitely used the information, okay? That's obvious. They were planning on using it. They were, holding it out there, all of that stuff. Were they played by Russian intelligence? I hope so. I hope that's what it was. Because if they weren't, that means, they knew what it was. And they ran with it anyway. To me, that's worse. Either they knew it was Russian intelligence and they ran with it anyway, or they knew it wasn't true but didn't know it came from Russian intelligence and just lied to the American people. I would like to think that they're just not that swift. I would prefer to think that they were tricked. But again, there's going to be a lot of questions because there's no way at this point, based on it being an FD 1023, the way they very publicly went after that form in particular when there was contemporary coverage, there's even some on this channel, saying that those forms are for unverified information. And the way they ran with it, there's no way that they're just going to be able to sidestep it. There's going to be questions about whether or not they were tricked or they were playing along with it. And I don't think either one of those options are good. Maybe they will come up with some alternative. A staffer was tricked or something like that. But what started as an attempt to show that Biden, I guess, removed a prosecutor who wasn't investigating a company his son was kind of linked to and replaced that prosecutor with a prosecutor who opened an investigation into the company his son was linked to. I guess that's bad. Especially if that was done at the request of the Senate Ukraine caucus, which was a whole bunch of Republicans. Because just so you know, that's actually what happened. So I guess they were trying to find a way to show that as being bad and somehow corrupt on Biden's part. And it turned into them knowingly or unknowingly somehow passing on bad information that at this point appears to have originated with Russian intelligence and moved through the star witness that they touted on TV to them through a form that the smallest bit of research would have told them contained unverified, unvetted information, and then was pushed out to the public. There's gonna be questions. This isn't over. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.